Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Shadowrunnin on Empty. This evening we've got the full team with us,
Whoop, whoop.
joining us from his underground bunker deep within Cost territory. It's our lovable Tyler. How you doing this evening, man?
Hell yeah, brother. I'm just staying vigil against the mysterious forces. I know they're out there, man. I know they're coming for us. But hey, humanity, for the cost, for all of Earth, for Dunkelzon, I'm ready. But anyway, it's good to be back. And
For for a second there, when you started with humanity, I thought that we were about to go on a humanist tangent as well, and I was going to be like,
no, no,
"Oh
no,
God,
no,
he's
no, no.
full in!
No, I'm
Oh,
not
he's
on
full
that. I'm
in!"
not on that sector of humanist because I hate to say it as a human. Humans, you're basic. Anyway, that's how I feel about humans in fantasy games. That's my hot take for today, for now. Anyway, I could literally talk all day, but the person who I want to hear talking now, and just you guys get to enjoy the dulcet tones as well. So easy. How you doing, dude?
Yeah, I'm doing good. I'm not in my bunker hiding from the mysterious forces, unfortunately.
You should be, brother, because they are waiting.
Well, I'll get my tinfoil hat as soon as I can. That's the only way to truly be safe.
Absolutely. Stay vigilant, brethren.
Stay vigilant, especially with today's topic. We've been dancing around it for the last few episodes. You guys, today we are finally going to dive in and talk about the Euro Wars. I know you're so excited. Yeah, Europe's coming up in another thing too that we're
That's
doing.
it's
Huh.
weird. It's like over the
Hmm.
course of a particular actual play podcast, I developed a real life interest in the
Huh.
origin of my character.
Huh.
I can't wait for
Interesting.
this character to age really well in a couple years when a Russian, Belarusian, I should say, was speaking with a very bad Boston accent. I don't
As
know
they
what I
want
was
to do.
like that first episode. Sorry to take a tangent so early,
No, it's
but
fine.
when
That's
I
what we're here
started
for.
talking as that character in my head, I was like, what would be the weirdest accent that I could pull out in a RPG that I don't hear very often? And I was like, yeah, he's gonna sound like he's from New York or something, you know. But that
Yeah,
is that
yeah.
is that is a moment of self discovery for me.
Well, for more discovery, if you guys are enjoying these episodes and you'd love to hear them early before they actually release to the public, then you'll just have to come on over to our Patreon. Come join us at patreon.com/critical_hits for just $5 a month. You'll get to hear all of these beautiful episodes before they're released to everybody else. You'll also get shouted out at the end of our Sinless show. You guys, if you haven't been watching, this is all interconnected lore, the actual game. Come on, check it out. And the other juicy piece that you get is you can submit your questions to us to get answered in our upcoming future Worm Talks. We've already done one that was released so that you guys could see the
It's a
format of it.
banger.
And we do plan on releasing more. They will, however, be Patreon exclusive.
Exclusive.
But thank you for that. We really appreciate you guys. I'm having a blast. I really enjoy the positive feedback that we have been hearing for the show. But let's talk about Euro Wars.
Dun 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 dun.
Yeah, I feel like I need the Terminator music. Just
Yeah, actually, yeah, I guess because we're gonna cover this, but what would be the appropriate music that would play for a Euro Wars like Saving Private Ryan style movie?
oh, for a movie? Oh,
Pro-
jeez.
Sure.
Probably like early 2000s German house music.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna say German New Wave, and I was like, whoa.
No,
Oh, yeah.
it was a
Played.
it was a war that occurred a moderate amount of time ago in a continent far, far away.
Sounds
Starring Archer
sketchy.
Steele.
Oh my gosh, the one, the only
The one, the
man, the
only.
myth, the legend, and definitely, no spoilers.
The the one might be a bit of a stretch.
the The duplicate? You know what? You'll have to watch the show to
Also-
find out.
The
Okay.
multiple, the many.
The machine, Archer Steel.
Oh,
The multiple,
jeez.
the many, the machine.
The
This summer
machine.
on Trid.
Oh my god.
Okay. Also, I'm not gonna call my shot now, but also
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna call my shot
Sure.
if, and folks who don't want spoilers, skip for the next 20 seconds. But I'm gonna say it right now. If it turns out that like one of the last people in my squad or my dad is actually Archer Steel, I'm gonna fucking flip a table.
Wow, what a reveal that would be.
Oh no! Or my beloved pop culture icon who definitely does finger guns now. Canonical. By the way, tune into the Sinless podcast, guys, if you haven't already. Anyway, please continue.
Sure.
We stand Archer Steel. We stand Carl Combat Mage. Okay,
We
please
stand.
continue.
Okay. Let's take us back to the lovely time of 2016. All right. Current president of Russia, because we've got to start in Russia. I know you're so excited. President Cherlenko is assassinated.
No,
in
fearless leader.
2016. There's a large chunk of time. There's actually 10 years go by, ups and downs of a new president coming in and not doing very well. The Russian economy is not doing very well. You're losing land. The Transpolar Council claims a portion of Siberia. So it's Siberia, but still, that's part of Mother Russia.
Mother Russia.
And you don't take that land, but you're losing it. The continent is losing it. They lost part of the peninsula that is off in the Pacific side to an earthquake earlier in 2012. And so 2026, we see some stabilization come in with the elected, air quotes, elected General Secretary. That's right. We're no longer in presidencies anymore. We're taking a lovely step back to Soviet style. Boris Kropotkin is
Kropotkin?
Yeah, Kropotkin.
Like Putin, but
No, Putin. Putin, not
oh
no to. So it's
you said
Kropotkin.
poo. Okay, all right.
Ha ha ha. He becomes the general secretary in 2026. So we are no longer in a democracy. We are stepping back to the old times.
Yes.
And like I said, they're losing a lot of land. So what's the best way to get land when you're losing it? That's right.
Extraterritoriality?
No, you take it from people that have it. Duh.
Whee!
So, starting in 2031, we launch Euro War 1.
Like a book?
Well, there is a Euro War 2, and we will get there, I promise. The sequel, it strikes back.
Do they call it the Great Euro War for the first one?
No, they don't. They just call it Euro War 1 and Euro War 2, or if you want to play along at home, Euro War 1 and Euro War The Returns.
Euro War The Revenge.
They do refer to people that served in Euro War 2, though, as the greatest Euro warriors.
Thank you. Okay, because I was like, wait, so in the first Euro War, assuming that same naming convention transferred over, when the first Euro War happened and they didn't think there was going to be another one, did they also call it Euro War 1?
No, it's it's the same thing with World War. They called it the World War, and then World War II happened, and they were like, well, now this is World War II, so that one ipso facto is World War I.
Yes.
That's how it happens.
Originally, it was the Great War, thinking it was going to be the war to end all wars, and then World War II happened. And you know what? That's a whole history
Ladies
lesson.
and gentlemen,
like
come to Shadowrunning on Empty for Shadowrun lore. Stay for the real-world implications of also historical lore.
I would have thought that Euro War 1 would have been the War of 1812, but I guess that's just me.
Look, that's way
Semantics.
too on the nose and literal. We can't do that. This is Euro War 1, okay?
Yeah, leave us out of this.
Yes, that The war to end all wars. You're a war one.
So 2030, Russia is losing its land, so it wants to build back up to be the glory that it used to be. So in 2030, Russia invades Poland and Finland.
Wait a minute, I've heard this strategy before.
I have also heard this strategy before.
But at least they don't have to go then try to take Russia because, they're already there.
They're already there. They're coming in. Of course, the Polish military folds like a house of cards within 3 months.
Oh, Poland.
What's up with Poland, not being able to repel its borders ever since it was no longer part of Prussia?
I have a Polish friend who will have words.
Yeah, and those words are going to be, okay,
I surrender.
whatever you
No,
said.
no,
I give up. I don't want to
sorry.
fight. I don't want to fight about it. That's the words that they're going to be. So enjoy them.
I will.
So they begin by annexing Poland, and they will move out from there using Poland as a staging ground. A whole year later, in 2031, the Russian forces will cross the Polish-German border. And this is when the nations of Western Europe come together to form the European Defense Force, because NATO is no longer a thing.
I thought that they would have just called themselves Westeros, but I guess that was already taken.
Oh, copyright.
And you banned.
And because it's a fantasy to think you can win in a land war against Russia.
Foolish fool.
Foolish. So the European Defense Force is brought together.
Hang on, I do have to make a quick errata to that statement. The Ukraine is currently very much proving that is not the case, so I retract my statement from 20 seconds ago.
Damn right.
Dang.
Let's go Ukraine, fuck Russia. All right, continue, sorry.
Holy shit.
Wow.
Okay. And how?
And how? These opinions are my own. I will say that.
Okay, that's fair. Russia was advancing into Eastern Germany, the Czech Republic, Hungary, and Austria, all from the annexed Poland. European forces desperately fought back against the invaders. And during the 2032, the Russians slowly advanced towards Berlin.
Dun, 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 dun. Oh.
But they deemed it too difficult to take and bypass the city, and advanced into the German heartland instead. The EDF, being the European Defense Force.
EDF.
I thought it was going to be Earth Defense Force.
It is the Earth Defense Force.
It's Earth Defense.
Yeah,
What a great game.
Russia had an army of giant ants that they attacked Berlin with. Luckily, the Berlin Valkyrie squad was able to repel the ants.
So
is stranger than fiction.
The EDF, supported by the newly founded Met 2000, will manage to stall the invasion at the River Elbe in 2032. Now, I know what you may be asking yourself. What the heck is a Met 2000?
Easy, what the heck is a Met 2000?
You know what? I'm glad you asked. I've got an answer for you. A Met 2000 is an organization called the Mobile Eingreiftrupp 2000.
What the hell did you call me?
Or better known as Mobile Intervention Force 2000.
We went through 1,999 of them?
Well, I'm sure they just slapped 2000 on there because they want to sound future-y.
Checks out.
The MET is one of the largest mercenary forces in the world, boasting over 200,000 personnel.
That's a lot of personnel.
The MET serve in the classic land, air, and sea branches. Although their sea branch is definitely their smallest, being able to put forth an entire mercenary army is still pretty impressive.
That's still a lot of seamen.
Woo!
check mark, you guys, if you're playing the game at home.
Yes, and I always am. Speed run the horny.
There it is. Bonk, bonk, bonk.
Also, remind me off mic to tell you about a Christmas gift / April Fool's joke I'm doing or in the process of doing. Okay.
Oh God,
right.
I'm so excited.
Off the pod.
Okay. The MET 2000 is also a soda equipped army, meaning they are state of the art.
Oh,
I thought it meant that they were highly caffeinated.
No, they're not. Well, they could be highly caffeinated as well. Maybe they're taking all of that long haul, huh?
I assumed that they'd be taking rage if you're in war.
Oh, well, you never know.
I actually thought there was like an old school Coke bottle with a gun. That's where my brain went.
Well, you use the Coke bottle as a silencer because the sound of breaking glass is less auspicious than the sound of a gunshot.
Wow.
Damn right.
All of these soldiers in the MET are well trained, and almost all of them have cyberware to some degree. The interesting thing about the MET is that they are technically owned as a corporation.
Oh, well, why not?
They have shareholders. The shareholders that supply the funding for the MET include the Allied German states, the IFMU, and Rheinmetall.
Yo, word.
It's like Ruhr, like the
like a car.
Like the Rhineland. The Ruhr.
Ah, okay.
Does that make more sense?
Rhineland's a fine land indeed.
It sets up in the Ruhr area.
Yes.
Of Germany.
Yes.
Which also becomes a part of Söderkrupp.
Woo! Part of the Great Plan, baby.
So there you go. The other people that have share stock in this mercenary army is, of course, none other than Ares
Macro technology.
Yes, Ares Macrotech. And there are a few Japanese imperial states with interest as well. Although over the years, the Japan Corp interest falls in the MET when they get their own homegrown mercenary force.
Homegrown, baby.
Yeah, they're too busy trying to figure out how to get all the metas out of Japan. They can't be dealing with mercenary forces.
Doing the Lord's work.
So yes, the MET is what helps come in to help stop the advance of the Russian forces.
Remind me how far off we are from actual history on occasion. Because it's getting to the point now where I'm hearing stuff in Shadowrun, and I'm like, that probably happened. That probably certainly happened in history.
Well, Russia hasn't invaded Poland, so
yet.
That we know of. Mysterious Forces, Russia edition.
I don't think that those are mysterious forces. I think that's just Russia, dude.
We just call them forces.
Yeah, we called them the Russian front. Like that's not. There's nothing mysterious about it. We just call it Russia.
Oh man, we have fun.
In January 2033, a new faction suddenly enters into the war, attacking both sides.
So, correct me if I'm wrong.
Mm-hmm.
The Euro Wars haven't happened in our playthrough yet, have they?
Yes, they have.
Oh, okay.
Because we're in 2030.
No, 2060. For some reason, I thought we were in 30 years ago. Okay, never mind. Never mind.
If we were still in 2030, you wouldn't even have your best bud dunkles on yet.
Oh, that's true.
That's a worse world.
What a nightmare reality that would be to live in.
He would have been, and then the worm talks, but then you would have had to live through his assassination.
I've already done it once. I won't do it again.
We go through it every day on Dragon Remembrance Day, where we remember dragons as a general. What did you say before? Remember dragons in a general sense.
In a general sense, yeah. Remembering dragons in a general sense.
That's what we do on Dunkles or Dragon Appreciation Day. Sorry. Okay, anyway.
So anyway, in 2033, this new mysterious faction suddenly enters into the war and attacks both the German side and the Russian side using Night Wraith bombers. They destroy the respective headquarters. Computer viruses sabotaged military networks, and commando units were sent in to assassinate various warmongering hardliners. Shortly after this, as in almost the next day, there is an armistice that is signed to end the war between Russia trying to advance into Germany and Austria, Hungary, and the Czech Republic. However, I'm pretty sure in that armistice, they keep Poland.
Well,
they're already there. I mean,
Take the good with the bad, and then you had armistice.
you can only
Yeah.
armistice so much, I mean,
Word.
let's not get crazy.
I'm known to armistice from time to time, but
now it was suspected or hinted at that this mysterious new faction could have been the United Kingdom, but nobody knows for sure.
diabolical.
Britain.
There's a whole conspiracy theory behind it, or it could have been a coalition of other Western European countries just wanting to stave off the advance of the Russian military trying to come over to their side.
Oh, can I ask a quick aside? Because I am intrigued by this, because I just thought of this while we were talking about the possible involvement of Britain.
Mm-hmm.
In the Sixth World, what's the situation regarding the monarchy in Britain? Is it still around? Has it been replaced? Is the Queen just a cyborg now? Like,
it's QU33N.
yeah.
Let's take a look here. In 2009, King Charles III is crowned in Westminster Abbey.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Okay. Well, that's not nearly as exciting, but okay.
They just kind of followed along with history.
Yeah.
Actual history.
Boring. Get original.
Does change hands. In 2012, King Charles III advocates the throne in favor of his only surviving son, George the VII.
Oh, good old George.
Mm-hmm. Keeping it in line with other previous Georges.
Mm-hmm.
King Georgie.
Oh, geez.
Hey, that's where my brain goes.
Oh, wow. In 2021, England's King George the VII is declared dead. Rumors persist that he was killed when he began changing into a troll. So apparently he did not survive goblinization.
You gotta keep the monarchy bloodline pure.
He was not worthy.
2024, after a prolonged succession dispute.
Wait, sorry. Okay. You said he was turning into a troll.
Mm-hmm.
So when we start talking about the monarchy, in my head, as a joking answer, was like, they're all a kingdom of trolls now. And I was like, I'm not going to say that because that's ridiculous and would never happen.
Well, there you go. Now you know. Now you should go with your gut.
Joke's on you, funny man.
Tinfoil hat approved.
2024, like I said, after a prolonged succession dispute, George Edward Richard Windsor Hanover becomes King George VIII in England.
Word. Hell of a name.
What else we got? Does he keep it going? We're gonna find out, because I've got the history of Britain pulled up here in the Sixth World. Well, in 2025, the United Kingdom Constitution Act is passed, and they create the Lord Protector's Office.
Oh, that sounds like a bureaucratic paladin's office.
Ooh, although I think you're right, because this gets kind of dark. In 2027, the Lord Protectorate's Office drafts the Magical Practitioners Registration Bill.
Oh, no!
Which Parliament passes into law.
Uh-oh.
That sounds like a bad idea.
Not good, very bad.
Oh, here is Shadowrun mirroring real life again. In 2028, Britain withdraws from the European Economic Community. Brexit. Brexit happens. Oh man.
As the kids say, big oof.
In 2036, regeneration and transformation of regional forests begins in Scotland. The next year, wolves and bears are restored to the Scottish wildland.
Wait. Okay. Gotcha. No further questions.
Okay. Beginning in 2025 and until 2071. Remember, in 2025, they did the Lord Protectorate. Well, 2025 to 2071, the Lord Protectorate was the most powerful man in England. And apparently a powerful druid.
The Lord Protectorate was a druid?
Yep.
Right on.
The Lord Protectorate's office controlled the administration, education, and licensing and registration of magic users, technomancers, and cyberware, and the national security. His main rivals for power were the monarch Queen Caroline and the growing political power of the People's Party.
Or as we say here, Sweet Caroline.
In 2062, the island of Lyonese rose in the channel, and a man calling himself Pendragon was sighted claiming to have retrieved Excalibur from the island.
Oh. I mean, that means he gets to be the rightful king. That's the law.
That's the law.
Yeah. Okay. So,
yeah.
I mean,
there's your brief English history lesson of the Sixth World. So yes, the
mm-hmm.
monarchy does survive. It does apparently get kind of subverted a little bit when they introduce the Lord Protectorate, and then after 2071, which almost takes us to current time, in the Shadowrun universe, we see somebody named Pendragon, and the word Excalibur is thrown around.
Interesting. I for one still hoped that we would have had the Robo Queen, but I guess
Oh, sorry, sorry to disappoint.
It's fine.
And don't worry, in a future episode, we will circle back and talk about this Pendragon.
Ooh,
because I am aware of his true identity.
He's an actual dragon.
He's not.
He's the leader of the mysterious forces.
Also no. Although he may mess with the mysterious forces from time to time.
Mess with?
Yes, get in their way or try and subvert their plans.
So he's an ally, is what I'm saying. He's a comrade. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, Pendragon. Pendragon, whoop whoop.
So that was Euro War Part 1. So Russia taking more land and
being beat by a bunch of mercenaries.
Being beat up by a bunch of mercenaries. Definitely not mirroring real life right now.
Whoa, wee, wow, whoa.
And you'd think that would have been the end of the Euro Wars, right?
I mean, it was the end of the Great Euro War.
2033, they signed the armistice. All done. Well, in comes 2034.
Oh, no.
Taking advantage of Europe's war-torn situation, always waiting for those opportune moments, the Alliance for Allah, a fundamentalist Islamic movement which had taken over the Muslim states of the Middle East, launches attacks on Russia, India, the Balkans, Israel, and the Iberian Peninsula. They were just like, we're coming for everybody. They have far more success than the Russians did. We'll start with the lovely attack that they tried to launch on Israel.
Sweet.
As it was the only one that was unsuccessful.
Oh, okay. Well, there's something.
It's air defense forces that they have held, and to retaliate against the AFA, Israel used tactical nuclear weapons. just dropping some tactical nukes, on the command and control sites
nukes.
and fortified defenses that were arrayed against them.
Right on.
And
cool.
that caused them to definitely drop trying to get to Israel. Brief Israel history lesson for you guys, because I figured that would be a follow-up question of what is that kind of like in the Sixth World.
I don't know if I was necessarily asked about that.
Well, you'll be happy to know that after Arafat dies in 2004, politics changed radically on both sides. Arafat's successor accepts Israel, and Palestine gets its autonomy.
Oh, nice.
Both people claim Jerusalem as their capital until 2012, when that unfortunate astral disturbance almost decimates the city.
Courtesy of mysterious forces.
Well, courtesy of the awakening.
That's also fair.
Yes. So, some good news at least. They were allied when the attack came from the AFA. And that's probably another reason why it was so difficult for them to gain any ground. So, hey, some positive stuff.
I'll take it.
Advancing north, the AFA drove through Georgia, Armenia, Turkestan, and Azerbaijan, rapidly advancing towards Russia until their advance was stalled at the meat grinder of Volgograd.
Ooh.
What was that name?
Volgograd.
No. Go back like a sentence or two.
Where are we going?
The meat grinder?
Yeah, the meat grinder of a city. And would you like to know what this city was formerly called?
Chernobyl? Just kidding.
Stalingrad.
Oh, mama.
So another war that grinds out in Stalingrad.
But not
it always comes down to Stalingrad, man.
It really does. I don't know why. What is it about that city?
Fuck, dude.
It's always rad in Stalingrad.
So it grinds to a halt there. The AFA has heavy losses, as do the Russians, who continuously just throw troops at them, much like the original war in Stalingrad in World War II. But if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
I don't intend to.
Meanwhile, India had to deal with an invasion of the AFA through Kashmir. Did they repel them? Let me look really quick. Slightly. They're able to hold their own.
College effort.
Those invading the Balkans, though, rapidly conquered Greece, but they were halted at Vienna and then were slowly rolled back from there at a great cost. And this is where the EDF will have stepped in, the European Defense Force. Even though it was battered and beat up from the previous Euro War, slowly rolling them back.
EDF.
However, the invasion of Iberia was carried out not by a military force, but by a ragtag jihadist army.
Interesting.
So the invasion into Spain and Portugal was not by an official AFA army, but this conglomeration of poor and desperate. They overrun the coast of Spain and Sicily and parts of Portugal. In early 2036, an Anglo-Spanish task force restored King Hassad to the throne in the Middle East, ending the fundamentalist rule, which resulted in the collapse of the jihadist advance in the Iberian Peninsula. 2 months later, Greece is retaken. But there's a stalemate in the rest of the Balkans. Eventually, the leader of the AFA is assassinated by a commando team.
Curses.
Curses. This throws them into disarray and infighting as they no longer had a solid leader. So, of course, all of the smaller commanders thinking they should be in charge start infighting with themselves. And then European commandos are able to topple the fundamentalist regime, ending the Second Euro War by 2037.
So how long were each?
So
Nap time.
Russia,
Like 3 years.
Russia's from 2030 to 2033,
Hey,
and then
Euro
and
Wars
then
2,
Euro
Electric
Wars 2
Boogaloo.
is 2034 to 2037.
3 motherfucking years.
Isn't that 4?
2034 to 2037?
Oh, 2034. Oh,
Yes,
I heard
2034.
2034. Okay. Wow.
Yeah, 3 years
Fire.
each. Well, when you got to think, when you've got things like tactical nukes and cyber people and magic, I don't think you're going to have a very long, drawn out year.
Yeah, wars don't last 7 years in the Sixth World.
Yeah, especially if you also think about taking into account what if you weaponize paranormal critters too.
Yeah.
Of
Oh no, my Nova Possums.
Yeah, you strap a stick of C4 to a Nova Possum.
No, you stop.
and then
Stop.
and then you unleash it at an enemy tank.
Why? Why
Yeah.
are you like this?
It's because it's the first armored possum brigade, known as the Tank Buster unit.
We also call them the brave ones.
The brave ones.
Oh, I know what we call them.
Well,
what do we call them?
Brave ones.
Just the brave ones. Okay.
Yeah, man, that's all you need to know.
That's it. That's all.
Really,
that's all they got.
Really self-explanatory. Yeah. I am, the devil rats. I already made the joke about winning in nationals, but they're gonna win in nationals.
Okay. Sure. You never know. You can hold out hope.
I do.
So this is the Euro Wars that definitely reshapes the map in the area. You have the loss of the Balkans to the Islamic United Muslim countries. You have devastation up into Spain and the coastal areas of Spain and Portugal, and to Sicily and parts of Italy. Poland is completely lost to Russia. And of course, Germany has collapsed into its bunch of different independent nations, which is one of the reasons why Russia thought it would be a juicy target, because they didn't think they would be able to band together to fight them off.
Fools, all of them.
Woe betide to them.
Whoa. I love that saying.
So really, you could kind of roll all this together into technically one Euro war that lasted 6 years, just started by 2 different armies.
That about tracks, yeah.
I mean, technically speaking.
And I do speak technically.
You will be happy to know that in 2035, the General Secretary in Russia, Boris Krupin, resigns Krupun resigns over the failure of the Euro Wars. He promised more land and he didn't deliver. He only partially delivered.
No half measures.
Nope. So the Democratic Recovery Alliance takes power and proceeds to initiate half-hearted reforms.
My favorite.
Right?
Reforms.
we promise we'll fix things eventually.
We promise we'll maybe sometime if you believe hard enough.
Well, they didn't believe hard enough.
Oh no!
Because in Russia in 2037, towards the end of the Second Euro War, the National Soviet Reconstructionists defeat the Democratic Recovery Alliance in national elections. So Russia in the Sixth World by 2037 is back to being a Soviet state.
Hell yeah, comrade.
Yeah, yes, comrade is right. And even up into 2060s, they're still Soviet. So they make the change in the 2030s and keep it all the way into the new years.
Oh,
Once Soviet, never not.
word, as Sun Tzu once said. One
Right?
Soviet.
I'm sure as Russia says quite a bit.
Word. And
For-
we do, comrade.
and we do.
For a reference that I'm making purely for Tyler's benefit here, I'm sure
Mhm.
that Love Sausage would be stoked.
Love sausage. Let's go. Man, that show is weird.
Wow.
Boys, now on Amazon.
Not sponsored, not an ad.
Nay.
Does that help give you a better idea of all of how we've referenced the Euro Wars before and we've talked about? And these were televised through most of the conflict. So people are watching every day, almost like we have now, the 24-hour news cycle.
Yeah.
So they've got 24-hour
Well, hell yeah.
war coverage.
Oh, yeah, that
24-hour
doesn't
war
sound-
cycle. Woo!
Well, think about it too. You've got the drones that can do
Mhm.
reporting as well, so you don't have to necessarily have a reporter there on site to be in danger. They can be from a remote area, just
Those,
sending a drone through.
those damn drones taking their jibs.
They're taking their words. They're taking their words.
I can't be a wartime correspondent no more. That drone took my
And that is such a timely reference, huh?
Right? How about that? Of course, you also definitely see a giant spike in mercenary work that takes place during both of the Euro wars, and of course,
no!
corporations wanting to test any and all of their new toys that they're making will send in their own specialist commando units, sometimes on both sides of the conflict, just to spice things up.
Got to keep things profitable.
And then because of that, that's the evolution from the Euro Wars transforming into the Desert War, right?
Mhm. Yes, once the Euro Wars are done, this all sort of migrates.
Tyler laughs, but that was an honest question.
No, but that made me think about like what was that? What was the Transformers with the dinosaurs?
Dawn of
Beast
Extinction?
Beast Wars?
Are you talking about Beast Wars?
Beast
Oh.
Wars, and
Beast
then it was
Wars?
what after Beast Wars?
I
You
don't
guys don't
know.
remember? They were in the future.
I watched Beast Wars.
That came out after Beast
Also-
Machines. That's what it was.
Oh,
Beast
Beast
Machines.
Oh,
Okay, sorry.
yes, okay.
Sorry, I laughed there because the way you were describing that, I was like, he's just describing the lore of Beast Machines.
No.
Okay,
yeah,
so-
yeah. I get you. Also, actually,
Uh-oh.
the only dinosaur
happened. I
in
made
Beast Wars was Megatron, who was a Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Wow.
The
sir.
actual dinosaur robots are their own branch of the Autobots led by Grimlock, who is strong. That are the actual Dinobots. So
the true Dinobots.
just putting that out there.
I knew one day I'd get them actually, but I didn't expect it
So-
from you.
You should have.
All
Who
right.
else was it gonna be from?
Minor correction, and that's what we do here.
Mhm.
The Desert Wars took place before the Euro Wars.
Oh, really?
Correction. If you never correct me, I'm never wrong. Whee!
Oh,
Yes.
weird.
The Desert Wars were treated ready. They were treated as the largest sport in the world.
Yeah, because I thought like the whole crux of the Desert Wars was essentially all of the Megacorps wanted to test their new weapons, so they just gave them to people and had them go fight each other with them.
This is early on. So the most popular of them takes place in the Sahara Desert,
Right.
in the blasted out ruins of what used to be Libya.
Oh, okay.
It's called the 10-Minute War.
Okay.
Wow.
It is essentially a televised skirmish between corporate security forces and can also host mercenary corporations.
Damn.
It is said that the championship match is lethal with
The
live ordnance,
The
combat magic,
championship
and
match.
killer matrix programs in use.
Oh
So
my
it's like
God.
Urban Brawl, but it's a syndicated series.
It's a blood sport.
It's
It's
a
a
blood
Oh
sport,
literal
yeah.
my
blood sport.
god!
It's not
The
even like Urban Brawl. It's just like gladiators with
It's
guns.
literally just
it's
murder for
it's
murder.
literally just gladiator battles.
Yeah.
The matches leading up to the quote championship are non-lethal with a mix of dummy rounds, laser ID tagging systems with locking exoskeletons,
Oh, no.
non-lethal matrix programs, and stun magic.
Okay.
The final was the one where all the death happened. All the death.
So the finals are when they escalate to a blood sport.
The finals was the 10-minute war.
Oh my god, that is brutal.
The Desert War is not technically just held in Africa. The Desert War was actually like a catch term for this sport, quote unquote.
Oh, so it wasn't an
because
actual war?
The other Desert Wars franchises
Franchises?
franchises
My
operates in
brain
the
hurts.
Gobi Desert of the Asian continent,
Dude.
and the Mojave in the southwest of the former United States.
Okay, now I'm just thinking of how this would look like in like Zoids, where it's literally anywhere. It's just this is now a sanctioned, battlefield.
Yeah.
According to
Mr.
Shadowrunners,
Referee pops out of a trash can.
Yeah, exactly.
According to Shadowrunners, the Gobi Desert franchise is the second highest rated Desert War franchise, with the Mojave in the third.
Jesus Christ.
So then
we're okay, right?
So then I'm assuming that the weaponry tested in the Desert Wars was then the weaponry used during the Euro Wars.
Yes.
By the mercenary squads.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, and also just another open ground to have corporations test any other weapons or weapon platforms that they happen to be working on, because in the Desert Wars, one of the weapon platforms that you see is the T-18 MBT, which is a Neo-Soviet vector thrust tank.
Fun.
That was just a cool sentence.
I prefer it when my tanks thrust.
Word?
Hover tanks, my guys. Hover tanks.
Yeah, I get what you mean. It's just
yeah.
It's more fun when it's sexual so easy.
Yeah, you should know by now. This is
I try not to, but
how many episodes are we?
You must accept your truth, lest
20 some, and still going strong.
I'll tell you what, this tank ain't empty, let me tell you.
Oh my god.
I'm Shadowrunning on something right now.
Ooh.
Just because we brought it up, the official Desert War history involves two corporate security teams coming to blows over some forgotten pre-2029 crashed tech in the blasted ruins of Libya.
Oh, it was literally war games with escalation, is what you're telling me.
Yes, the media catching word of the ensuing violence decided to broadcast it to the world for a huge ratings windfall.
Yeah, of course it was.
It was a pay-per-view.
It probably turned into that, especially when they made it a franchise.
Yeah, especially the 10-minute war. 10-minute war brought to you by
10-minute war.
Brought to you by
Mountain Dew Bloodsport.
The Desert Wars, it's satisfying. Brought to you by Snickers.
You're not you in the Desert War.
It's war time for a war crime.
Oh my god.
This is fine. Everything's okay.
I have the reason why Libya is a blasted out wasteland.
Mm-hmm.
It's all thanks to 2024, when Libya launched chemical weapons attacks on Israel, killing thousands. And so the retaliation is Israel replying with nuclear weapons, annihilating Tripoli and other major cities, killing millions, and mortally wounding the Libyan state.
So next year.
Well, this happened in 2004. So
2004. Sorry, I thought you said 2024. Okay.
well, if things are like 20
Time
years
is
difference,
relative.
possible.
We're in both the yesterday and the tomorrow of today.
Oh, jeez. So
Brought
there
to
you
you by
go.
Mountain Dew.
So this is now Euro Wars plus Desert Wars.
Existential concepts of time brought to you by Mountain Dew. Do the time space continuum.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Try our new flavor, time space continuum.
Here comes the pre-packaged Inception noise.
Quantum berry relativity. It'll
Quantum berry.
It'll blow your perception of reality.
Oh my god, so great.
We continue to have so many things that need to be shirts.
Shirts are real products. Mountain Dew, get in touch with us. We've got
Yeah.
ideas for you.
I will gladly drink a bottle of quantum berry relativity on stream for you.
How did they make it? Well, they took some berry molecules and they fired them through the
Hadron
CERN
Collider.
the CERN Hadron Collider, and
Yeah.
Then they put those molecules into a drink. Don't
And
worry
then-
that it glows.
This
Don't worry
one's
about
charged with negative atoms.
And then they carbonated it for your drinking pleasure.
it.
In this
Yes.
reality, they carbonated it.
In this reality.
Mountain Dew, split the flavor.
Split the flavor before it splits your atoms.
We live in a constant continuum of pain.
No, you don't. You live in the constant dew flux.
Flux.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and more true facts like that.
So we go from Desert Wars and Euro Wars to Mountain Dew commercials because that's what we do here.
Yes,
Yeah, that's how it works.
because the Desert Wars were definitely a sponsored event.
You know how Transformers was like
Basically,
basically publicity for the U.S. military?
Yeah,
I
yes.
want
you mean the
Mountain
Michael
Dew.
Bay movie?
Yes, the
well,
Michael Bay
yes,
movies,
yes.
yeah.
I know what I said. I said I
Mhm.
said Transformers.
Mhm,
And then Mountain Dew is going to be the propaganda for the Desert Wars blood sport.
Oh my god.
Oh gosh.
Headshot replay brought to you by Mountain Dew. We're gonna
In
watch it in
slow-mo.
slow mo.
Oh man.
Let's throw it over
Literally-
to the Mountain Dew commentary team to review that kill.
My God, his gray matter became his gray matter. My God.
Looks like he won't be doing the do anytime soon.
Let's cut over to the Spanish announcer's desk. Oh
I
no,
am
a
not-
grenade!
Oh no, a grenade.
I was gonna say brutal.
Brutal. Oh man, if you've never seen, what was that Triple Mania pay-per-view we watched, dude?
Dude, it's everyone.
Because that was existential dread like for 3 hours.
It's so good.
You ever want to
So
see
good.
Spider-Man clumsily rappelling down for like 10 real minutes?
So
Dude,
good.
Austin experienced how much of a blast I am to watch just because I do not react to cringe very well.
Uh-huh.
It
I
a
was
very
like,
good time.
oh god, no. Anyway.
Do you guys have any follow-up questions for the Euro Wars?
And why is the Six Worlds so fun, even though it's so awful?
It's so awful, but it's so fun. Because remember,
So awfully fun.
we're drawing those correlations to real world events.
Oh
The
yeah.
Shadowrun is now, everybody. Come on.
Shadowrun is the singularity.
It is. It really is. Put your stock into Matrix tech right now. Just do it.
And I have.
Brought to you by Quantum Berry.
Hey, we did
Yummy.
get some of that sweet English lore as well. So we found out about the monarchy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Still continuing to be disappointed, but again,
Ooh.
that's fine.
Still a
Yes.
monarchy, still around, still disappointed.
Yeah. And there's no cyborg queen. I just keep her alive, man. Head in a jar, you know? Futurama got it right.
I'm surprised that you went Cyborg Queen and you didn't go Master Sheetum Queen.
See, here's the thing. Master Cheatham Queen is just evil across the board. Like Cyborg Queen is just entertaining.
Cyborg Queen is just my search history.
Yeah, I don't want any,
I don't
not
want
you know,
I don't want any of
how
that.
many
I don't
people
want any of
said
that.
on the internet that they want to fuck a car because of the new Transformers trailer? Because I have seen way too many opinions.
I
about that.
mean, they're not
No,
wrong.
no, bad. Spritz ball, no.
Where is my spritz bottle, please?
Bonk.
You guys, listeners, please help me. Help me.
There is no helping you, son.
I'm sending the messages through.
I'm blinking
continual
twice,
blinking.
and no one is coming for me.
Where is my backup?
If anybody out there who is intrigued by that Transformers movie, just so you know, there's a movie called Titany. I believe it's a European foreign movie about a woman who has sex with a car, and then the climax of the movie is her giving birth to a car baby.
Oh no!
Oh no!
That's upsetting.
You're lying to me.
I'm
You're lying to me.
I'm super not.
It's too fucked up to not be real.
Feel free to look it up.
I will not.
It is.
You know what? I will. I
Okay.
will.
I'm good.
Yep. I'm going to look. I will look and let you know.
I will read you the quick official Wikipedia description.
I'm gonna look and you don't let me know. How about that?
As she returns to shower, Alexia finds that the car she modeled with earlier has turned on by itself. She enters it naked, has sex with the car, and climaxes. It is revealed that Alexia is a serial killer who has murdered several men and women in the past few months.
The fuck?
That's just an excerpt from the official Wikipedia plot summary.
Why are you saying the words you're saying?
She's a model serial killer? This doesn't make any sense already.
Okay, so she's a car model in the movie. That's her job. So like she goes to like car shows, and
but
then
is also a serial killer.
And then she murders people at the car shows that hit on her because, yay feminism. And then she finds out that she's sexually attracted to cars.
What an empowering movie. So
bro,
brave.
it's a lot, man. There's a lot to this movie.
What a thing to find out.
We're not even getting into the fact that she pretends to be a firefighter and the long lost child of the head of the police chief of the fire department in order to stay there.
Nope. We're beyond the scope of what we need to be talking about.
Titany, look it up. Have fun for the whole family.
Or don't.
Yeah, or don't.
That's rated E for everyone.
That's really not. It can't be. It cannot.
You continue to be a conduit for the mysterious forces.
I do what I can.
Ways.
I do what I can.
Oh God. Well, on that note, I think it's time for us to take it home. Jesus. And I want to do something a little bit different.
Huh?
Yeah, I know, right? Usually we just kind of wrap and then go, but
whoa, we're peeking behind the curtain here.
We are a little bit. I would like to give you some of these positive comments that we've been getting. You guys, listeners, if you want, when you see the Running on Empty podcast come up on our YouTube, feel free to drop a comment. We will read your comments, as long as they're not crazy, as long as they're not cars having relations with women.
That is very unrelated to anything we've talked about. I need you to cars. I need you to calm down, boy.
If anybody wants to discuss the merits of the film Titany, please comment on the videos for Shadowrun.
Are we gonna have to set a Patreon goal?
No,
or if we reach a certain amount of we
have to talk about this
we have to review it.
We have to watch it and then oh god, no. Let's not make that a thing.
I'm super down.
Oh my god.
But speaking of interesting places to contribute your funds, where might people feel that they could help out this here podcast?
To help out this here podcast and hear more about estranged movies that you never knew existed nor wished that they would have, you can come on over to our Patreon. Hit us up on patreon.com/critical_hits. $5 a month gets you behind the scenes here, lets you hear the podcasts before they come out. You'll be able to participate in our future Worm Talk episodes where we'll answer your questions. That is what you get for being a
Um,
patron. And your
also-
shout outs at the end of our Sinless Live plays as well.
And of course, inevitably, when this podcast has like thousands and thousands of listeners, this will also have ads in it. So I think it's worth noting that if you follow the podcast on Patreon, you're going to get an ad-free listening experience. Correct me if I'm wrong, and I don't think I am.
You know, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. We just need thousands of listeners. Tell your friends. Listen. Give us a listen.
Look,
get them into
listen,
Shadowrun.
hey,
This is the way to do it, right here.
right now.
But back to our lovely comments that we've received. These are from the Year of the Comet episode. You guys, we had a great time talking about the Year of the Comet and all of the crazy different surge variants of meta-humanity that exist after or during the comet. So from our first comment, we have actually one of our patrons, Tim. He has said, loving this stuff, guys. Halfway, and I'm already waiting for the next pod. Tim, we love you over here. I'm so thrilled that you're enjoying the content. We hope to keep it as entertaining as we possibly can. I think we're doing a pretty good job.
You know, Tim, all I gotta say is I'm sorry or you're welcome.
It's one or the other.
It's one or the other, but regardless, we appreciate your feedback. It's very nice to hear.
Our second comment on this same episode for the Year of the Comet comes from Puddle90. Poodle90.
Yeah, we
Sorry.
were talking before the pod. Is it like Pudel or is it Poodle? Puddle?
You'll
Puddle?
have to let us know.
Let us know.
I never heard of literal zombies showing up in Shadowrun. Could we get some mechanical and background info on them? Never mind. Demon rats are ROUSs. I don't believe they exist. And I'd buy the Mysterious Forces shirt. You know, one of these days we're probably going to have Mysterious Forces.
That has got to be our. I mean, hey, I don't want to call my shot again. That's got to be our first piece of merch.
That might have to be
my humble opinion.
It would have to just say, I stand with the Mysterious Forces.
No! Enemy to humanity!
I may or may not be in the process of workshopping a design idea for a Mysterious Forces shirt. I'm just going to put that out there.
You shut your beautiful, sexy mouth.
I'm just going to put that out there.
When you have a working idea done, you know what we're going to have to do. Share it with our patrons.
Limited supply.
And also, you know, if we can get in touch with CERN, you guys, we'll try and get in touch with CERN, and we'll see if we can make that Quantum Berry Mountain Dew for you. I don't think they'll let us do it, but you never know. You got to shoot your shot sometimes.
Yep.
Quantum Berry coming soon.
Quantum Berry coming ! Question mark.
But you know, that is the most perverse thing I've heard you say today, and I'm very thankful for it.
You're welcome.
Quantum Berry coming.
Oh, yum, 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 yum. Also, if you know, worst case scenario, we get another shirt lined up.
There you
go. That's true. Yeah, we could.
Oh man, I would wear
all
the
ideas
fuck out of a Quantum Berry shirt. Are you kidding me? Yo, Nova Possums, Quantum Berry, Mysterious Forces.
Make it look vintage, and we're all set.
Oh, shut your mouth. Like acid wash kind of shit. Ooh.
Yeah, man, that's what I'm saying. You need that swirl for that the Mountain Dew berry quantum look.
Word. You get it. You just get it.
You guys, let us know what you think. Come on and join us over on our Discord. Just shout out your ideas. We always love to hear them. We love to interact. Just, you know, come hang out with us. We'll talk to you about some of this stuff.
Tell us how you're staying vigilant against the encroaching darkness of Mysterious Forces.
How secure is your tinfoil hat?
Yeah.
All right, you guys, I think that is it for this episode. We will wrap it up now. Thank you for listening. As always, we super appreciate you coming and being filled with this lovely Shadowrun lore. And we will catch you guys on the next episode. Bye. Have a good night, everybody.
Bye.
The Topps Company Inc. has sole ownership of the names, logo, artwork, marks, photographs, sound, audio, video, and or any proprietary materials used in connection with the game Shadowrun. The Topps Company Inc. has granted permission to Critical Hits to use such names, logos, artwork, photographs, sound, audio, video, and or any proprietary materials for promotional and informational purposes on its website, but does not endorse and is not affiliated with Critical Hits in any official capacity whatsoever.